Welcome, Leo. This is your reading for, I want to say weekly, but it's not weekly. We're doing December the 24th, 2018 to January the 6th, 2019. And, it's really about saying goodbye to 2018. It's a lot about closing doors, allowing endings and healing in our life. Absolutely. As we move towards January the 6th, which is a solar eclipse. Now, the solar eclipse for you will be about your health, your well-being, your routine. It could be your duty or your sense of duty. Self-improvement. So right now you are probably looking at things to release in your life when it comes to maybe it's some kind of unacknowledged or repressed part of yourself. It could be where you need to self-sacrifice or where you have been self-sacrificing too much in your life. It is about your spirituality, so you could be looking at what your spirituality is truly based in, what you believe, what you don't believe, and really sorting that part of your life out. To bring yourself into balance, to allow that balance, to allow that, man, cards went everywhere, but we're not going to count them because there's like way too many of them, so we're just going to put them back on the deck. I'll let you know if one of them came out again. I saw two out of the five, so we'll see what goes on there. So we're in the full moon energy for most of this period. So it isn't a time to start something new, jump into some new opportunity, although something could present itself over these next couple of weeks. Absolutely. It's a time for healing. It's a time for closure. It's a time for completion in your life. And we start with the Ace of Cups. What a beautiful card to start with. Now, this is, the first thing that actually is coming to mind when I'm holding this card up this week for the readings, and have been over the last several weeks, is service. So you may be looking at new ways in which to be of service to a friend, to your family. It could be service to your community. It could be service to the world, or your self-sacrifice in some way. That fills you with a passion, which fills you with a joy, which gives you a sense of accomplishment or a need or where you're wanted, where your abilities can shine. But this is about your passions, your dream. This could be new love coming in. This could be falling in love with something new. This could be, yes, a new career, a new job, something within the community, a new group of people, a hobby that you have tripped upon, and all of a sudden fall in love with that. So I have a bit of a scratchy throat. I started with Cancer, although I'm not coughing anymore. We have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords has been very popular here. The Ten of Swords was the daily energy for the full moon, the 22nd. And it was about perseverance. It was about this great strength, this great courage, this great intuition that comes in when we decide to push through, when we don't give up on our dreams, give up on ourselves. So here we are pushing ourselves back up. And those swords aren't in your back. Okay, but I love the way this card is depicted because it looks like your shield of strength. The lessons that you endured, the lessons that you learned, the wisdom that you took away. The sun is breaking through the clouds. So this is not a time to give up on your dreams. In fact, it's a time to persevere, to maybe go back to the drawing board and revisit exactly how you're going to move forward in your life in some way. Maybe it's about getting together with somebody else and brainstorming with them. The Two of Cups talk about getting together with somebody else. These three cards following in a row too could mean new love coming in. And there's a lot of healing that would go with this relationship. So where you need to invite healing in, somebody could show up to actually provide you the platform in which to heal. This could be new adventures, new opportunities, new passions, new dreams, new best friends, new partnerships. If you're with somebody, you know, the cards kind of say that there's a new love that can spring forth over the challenges that you have walked through together up to this point. That there is this new breath of fresh air within the relationship, this new commitment or respect or support that wasn't there before. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is really asking you to not sweat the small stuff. Stop worrying about if all the pieces go together. You know, you get out that 5,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. You're not going to sit there and go, oh, what if one's missing? We better count each and every one of them. No, you're going to start looking for the corners and the sides and start piecing it together. And we're not going to worry so much about all the details. We're going to worry about the big picture. You know, first you're doing the sky, then you're doing the grass, then you're doing the water. We'll get to all the details and the figures and the park benches and everything within that jigsaw puzzle. But for now, just look at the big picture and stop beating yourself up over things that you've gone through where you've made some decisions and maybe they didn't work out as well as you had hoped because you've learned from those things. You have a wisdom now that you didn't have before, and that is to prepare you for a new path going forward, a new passion to step into, a new desire. So watch the negative self-talk. Don't be calling yourself names. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it. Don't give up on dreams and desires right now. Think more big picture rather than all the little details that need to go together in order to make it happen, which might be a little hard for you. January 1st, we do have the Sun conjuncting with Saturn in Capricorn. You know, that is really allowing us to to really define what works for us, what doesn't work for us, what is possible, what is doable, what isn't doable. We have Jupiter, I think, semi sextiling that, and it's all at 11 degrees on January the 1st. It's at 11 degrees, so a master number talking about new success, new opportunities, new ways forward, the commitments that we need to make so often. I've been kind of saying this, I almost should have done a little forward splice on the front or something, that usually when it's New Year's Eve and we're all gathered around and we're making those resolutions, the astrology really doesn't support those new resolutions for the most part. We're dealing with other things. And that's why so often when we set those New Year's resolutions, they don't stick as well as they should for most. But this year, the energy is really supporting us in making those New Year's resolutions. And I think as we get closer towards the week's end, when it is January the 6th and we're walking into that solar eclipse in Capricorn, that and it's only at 15 degrees, so it's just crossed over that whole um, energy of the moon now, right? Coming over where Saturn and the Sun had just had that conversation not too long ago. So it's feeling like we can do it, like we can do the hard work, we can make the plan, we can become emotionally involved and put our passion into it. We also have January 1st, we have the moon in Scorpio on January the 1st. So that is the true yes and no's. There's no gray areas. There's no oh maybe maybe not kind of energy. It's got to have. It's that red hot got to have, or it can't have in my life. So for you, it is that's home and family. what truly matters, and the people in your life. And feeling very strong and solid in certain relationships and knowing which ones really don't mesh. And so really pay attention to your intuition around, New Year's Eve kind of energy, days afterwards. You could feel out of place in places that you felt very comfortable because of the people that surround you. Or you could really feel like you can really step into the experience of that group of people, perhaps. What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel secure? We have Mars also at the 0 degrees of Aries. And so, Uranus is in Aries, and it won't be close to Mars, but Mars will be crossing it. So get ready for something new and amazing to come into your life in the new year, in the first month of the new year, more than likely. So it's really back to the Nine of Swords. It's about the big picture right now. Don't sweat the small stuff, okay? There'll be time when we really have to concentrate on the small little details. This is not the time. We want to look at the big picture and what really truly doesn't serve us and what we need to step into. We have the Moon card. This is honoring your truth of who you want to be. Some people, they say they're 10 pounds overweight, but they're really not. They feel fine and they feel comfortable in their own skin. And other people say they're 10 pounds overweight and need to lose it, and they could probably lose 20 or 30 before they really felt comfortable in their own skin again. So it's what will make you feel comfortable, at ease with yourself, of who you are, of what you stand for, of what you value. Do you feel an internal energy? Do you feel like jumping out of bed in the morning? Or do you need to change something in your lifestyle in order to start to feel that energy? And it could just be that you are not getting enough sleep at night because you're worried about all these little details and stuff that used to happen. We have the Two of Swords, very much about making some decisions. Now, I'm going to lay this under the Ace of Cups. So it is about new passions, new dreams, new desires. And, we're blindfolded here. It's following our intuition. The answers that we seek are already inside of us. But we have to have a conversation with self. It's going to take some courage, and there's a lot of emotion around this. So it could be some great opportunity or a relationship comes in that really would rock your world if you stepped into it. You'll know inside whether or not it is the right choice for you. So sit in quiet contemplation, perhaps. Maybe it is asking other people, but usually with that card, you find the answers within. Now, maybe talking to somebody else, maybe they give you different advice, but that only solidifies the knowledge that you have that your advice to yourself is truly the right one. We have the Chariot. Chariot is all about pulling on back on those reins, taking a time out, getting our focus, allowing clarity to come in, waiting for that fog to lift, knowing where we're going before we step into it. So a couple of the other signs already have had, if we try and push through this energy and step into it too soon, like if you want to start working out, and so now for Christmas you go and join the gym, chances are it was wrong timing. Chances are waiting until the new year would be a better time to do that. Because we don't want to start anything new right now. We don't want to step into new experiences. We want to allow closures and endings. So maybe we need to free up some time in our life so that when we do get that gym membership, we can actually be committed to that gym membership. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords under the Two of Cups. So chances are, if you meet, get out there and socialize and meet with other people and look for new best friends and new people to have in your life because they're really going to open up the adventure in your life. We have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is all about creating your experience and know that it's going to take time. Know that it's going to take commitment. Let's go back to the weight thing again, okay? It wasn't overnight where you got that 20, 30, 40 pounds on. So it's not going to be overnight where that 20, 30, 40 pounds disappears. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take some work. You get to design exactly what your future looks like here. You hold the paintbrush to your tomorrow. My goodness, my phone is going insane. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is loving your dreams, loving you, loving the possibility of your tomorrow, of really stepping into it, of getting excited about it. So there could be, I kept going back to health. So I'm thinking there's a lot to do with your health or your routine. Things are changing. Look for new opportunities. Look for new things to step into. Love yourself, be truthful to yourself, pull back on those reins, really think it through about the big picture and where you want to step. And over the next several weeks, think about what you really need to let go of in order for that to happen in your life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.